Hello everyone. My name is Kagwiria Murungi. I'm a Kenyan female adventure rider. I've traveled the 47 counties on my motorcycle. Yes. I'm not sure I'm much of a storyteller, but I am a traveler and an adventurer. So today I'm going to tell you a story about one particular ride. You're lucky because I've never told this story to anyone. What happens when you're on the road, you collect a lot of content, and my school of thought is always that I should be responsible with the content that I do have. A lot of people are very reckless with content that they create but then they get on the road, but I'm not. So today I'm going to tell you a story about my first encounter with real bandits. With real bandits, not the kind that are hyped on social media, real bandits. And you can tell the rider at the back is laughing because there was a video recording that went round of certain riders who said they've met bandits and they weren't. And the whole social media was riled up by it. And the rest of us were seated like this, so like, really? On a very random day, you walk into a valley and you meet a bandit and he asks you for a lift on his motorcycle. How convenient. Yeah, but we know. But today I'll tell you a real encounter with real bandits. So it's my first time riding into Turkana. So when I rode into Turkana, I went through Siaya County first and spent 5 days in Siaya County. The way I do my adventure rides is long stay, and I interact with the communities deeply, just to understand who they are, what they eat, how they behave, what names they give each other. So I come in from Siaya. When you come in from Siaya, there's a road you can take, then get into Turkana. So as is normal practice, and I'm going into Turkana, I told nobody that I'm going to Turkana because people would tell me, oh, you'll be shot and die. And I'm like, okay. So I'm riding into, just before getting into Turkana, I usually stop in small villages. What that does is, small villages have a lot of chatter, especially if you're new and you stand out, and I'm a big female. You should see me when I'm wearing my riding gear. It dehumanizes me totally. I'm in a helmet, I'm in big gear, I'm in big boots that come all the way, and my bike is this high, 200 kilo bike. So I'm a huge female, and I land into your village, you'll know I've landed into your village. And here is a big female, and I'm playing with the children, and the women from their Manyattas, they come running. And so yeah, within a minute or two we warm up, and they tell me it's pretty bad up ahead. So when you get to the police roadblock, talk to them. So they gave me a heads up and like, don't go past that place before you talk to the cops at the roadblock. My plan initially was to do this, if you know how to ride a motorcycle, and step on the 6th gear and floor that throttle through. I was going to fly past that police post. So it was a good thing that I stopped. So the women like, no, usipite hapo wewe. Ukifika hapo hivyo ongea nao mapolisi. Okay. So I go down and get to the police roadblock, and I tell them, the women over there have told me that it's not good up ahead. And they say, yes, it's true. So I tell them, okay, I need to go to Turkana, I need to go to Lodwar, and I have to go to Lodwar. And they're like, okay, you'll have to get an escort. And before that, people used to tell me you have to pay at the roadblock for you to be escorted. Nobody charged me anything. In fact, right at the back, I had waved at some police, KDF. KDF is Kenya Defense Forces, when we're in West Pokot. So I had waved. So they came and found me at the roadblock, and they're like, madam, tumekuona na pikipiki yako, acha tukupeleke. Now what KDF do in Turkana, other than the obvious big tankers, they travel in incognito trucks, smaller trucks or Land Cruisers. So at the front you're seeing a driver, he was wearing a red shirt, and a co-driver. But right at the behind, there is 3 cops, not cops, soldiers, and they have guns, but they are covered, you can't see them. So the driver is like, go. So when you're riding, you ride, and then the side mirror, the driver, unajipimanisha na hiyo kioo. So the driver is seeing you, he's seeing me through the side mirror. And then all of a sudden from somewhere, vijana wakatokezea kwa forest mahali. All I saw was the driver wa Land Cruiser. He just did this, you know, motioning me to come to this side where I'm protected. So the vijana wanatokea upande ule, akanifanyia hivi ndio nisonge upande huu. So I'm moving like this. I'm like, I'm going to die and my children are young. So I came to this side. So they talked, wakaongea nao vijana wakapita. Wakaingia kwa bush tena. Then we went a few meters ahead. Their colleagues came. 2 guys wamebeba kitu kwa blanketi wamefunga. All this I've got on GoPro. So my GoPro is running, yeah, but I don't even know the GoPro is running because I'm like this. You can when you see the footage, I'm breathing. It's like a blow dry. I'm like, because I can't believe. I'm like, I'm going to die. So they motion me again to come on this extreme end. So they stand. So I'm seeing wakiongea, wakaeka blanketi chini. They put the blanket down and there's something rolled in it. It was a Hards boy, been shot here, and the bullet wound had come through here. So these cops were telling the ones in the car, we'd been told about this report yesterday. Wakaenda huko ndani kwa forest. I don't know if I can be able to explain how Turkana and how getting into Turkana. So there's a section that is a lot of forest. So unaingia huko ndani huko ndo huwa wanapigana. So they'd been told to go and pick up that body to bring it for recording. That's what they do. Because in my mind I'm like, okay, it's huko ndani, why would you need then to go and pick up the body and bother, right? So like, no, they have to bring it in for recording. They don't take all the bodies, but the ones that they've been called. So the Bohad's boy had been shot there and it had come out through the other side. So the only thing that I managed to see was just I didn't see the bullet wound, so they explained to me, but I saw him like mwili hivi, sikuona kichwa. They wrapped him. So you can imagine how I rode after that. Yeah, I'm sweating. Turkana sun is 38 degrees. It's not even funny. So we go, yes, they escort, and thank God we arrived safely, yada yada yada. So I rode Turkana, my first time in Turkana, I rode Turkana for 30 days. And within those 30 days, I was able to go where they exchange product for bullets. Okay? And in that, I got I don't know if you can hear. I don't know if it will be clear.
Even that day, my vision is not at the camel, and then we faced on it.
This is a 34-minute recording. Those are bandits. If we had 34 minutes to listen, they are talking about guns and 50,000 shillings and 60,000 shillings, and I'm there. Right? It's the first time I'm ever even. Those are bandits.
The Somali came and opened the door to me.
So they're talking about the Somalis and other bandits who came and shot their livestock, and they're showing us guns, and there's somebody else he's talking to, and they're telling them with 50,000 and 60,000 I want you to go and get me. So it's a 34 minutes recording. Kila mtu ako na yake bunduki. Yeah, cannot walk like that without any weapon.
What bad or good?
So yeah, so that was my second time within those 30 days sitting with real bandits. And all these are recordings from conversations that they have, and as they talk, they're strapped, right? They put their guns right at the back. And in that moment, or in that ride, I realized we live very different lives. And nothing, I don't think anything can prepare you for that side of that part of the country. And it's really chilly. And when they're talking, they're seated, and young children with guns. They know how to use guns and handle guns before they even know how to read or go to school. And yeah, not funny. But then again, it's their realities. Because if you know how Turkana is, on this side, on the border, they have South Sudan. On that side, they have Ethiopia. And Ethiopians, they fight each other with the Turkana because of fish. And South Sudan, it's South Sudan. And then from this side, they have the West Pokot. And then from the other side, from the Marsabit side, they have the Samburu. So the Turkanas are dead set in the middle, and it is conflict throughout. And once you travel widely like that, you're conflicted, and you're not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I know it is easy to pass judgment and say it's a bad thing, but then again, when you look at how it is on the ground, you can't help but wonder, is it then, do they help the government to keep the peace? Would we rather leave them armed, or do we disarm them? And once we disarm them, what do we do in place of that? So yes, that's how my travels are, and many unbelievable more stories. Thank you very much.